city has grown quickly within the past 20 years. The city government has had to work hard to keep up with the rapid pace of development, causing not only the city landscape to change, but the city government as well. As the city has grown and increased in infrastructure and demands, the needs and complexities of emergency response have increased as well. Now, more than ever, the city must work to ensure employees are trained in emergency management and are familiar with the roles they potentially fill during an emergency. Today, we are going to go over our practice emergency scenario with Adam, the Public Works Manager of our simulated city. Things happen quickly with this type of an emergency. Despite being in shock, Adam was able to work to communicate with first responders, such as police and fire, to ensure rapid response. Adam also worked quickly to make phone calls to the mayor and critical public works departments, such as water. Adam also supported police and fire on evacuations through working to open the designated emergency shelter. Due to the scope and size of the event, the mayor has declared a state of emergency for the city and has assigned Adam as the official incident commander. Now that Adam has been appointed as the incident commander, he is going to take some time to quickly review the city's emergency operations plan to make sure that he doesn't forget anything. Adam quickly remembers he needs to schedule and facilitate the first incident action planning meeting with key city leaders and staff. This happens rapidly. With a few hours left before the first planning meeting, Adam works to open the city's designated emergency operations center and continues to review the city emergency operations plan. During his review, he remembers there are 5 major functions needed to support emergency operations to ensure the most effective response possible. Adam knows there are 3 lines of communication in an emergency response: internal government communications, essential services communication with business and nonprofits, and citizen or public communication. Adam knows communication always starts with the most easy and effective communication form, starting with cell phones, internet, radio, and television, and moves into more difficult and time-consuming forms of communications when cell phones or internet are not working or not appropriate, such as in-person or door-to-door communication for critical notifications such as evacuations or for water boil notifications as required. Staffing an emergency response is critical. Once the mayor declares a state of emergency for the city, the incident commander and city leaders can start to reassign city employees outside of their normal scope of work to the emergency response positions needed. The HR department can assist the incident commander through collecting daily city staff reports with how many employees are at work each day and how many are absent. Staffing reports also help the mayor to ensure continued operations within the city's day-to-day functions. The city can also work with nonprofit organizations such as the Red Cross to support staffing needs in temporary shelters. Working with nonprofits and directing volunteers there allows the city staff to focus on emergency response and allows our nonprofit partners to coordinate volunteer support in areas most needed. The incident commander would then work with and support nonprofits through coordination and planning to ensure the most effective use of volunteer resources. The city may also need to work with contractors to staff emergency response for debris removal cleanup or other areas where the city does not have the resources or equipment to respond effectively. Information management and planning is critical to an effective response. Key aspects of information management include incident action planning, which should take place even when more information is needed. Incident action planning helps key emergency staff to develop objectives, evaluate community lifelines, evaluate emergency staffing, equipment, and supplies, and helps to determine what actions each section should focus on for the next 24 hours. All incident staff have a role to play in information management. One major contribution is working to provide information to the incident commander and planning section to develop and maintain an accurate and up-to-date common operating picture. Incident staff provide this information by turning in situation reports, or SITREPs. The incident commander or planning section take the SITREPs and use them to update and maintain the common operating picture. The common operating picture allows incident leaders to know the status of critical response areas, such as community lifelines, major incident projects being worked to restore community lifelines, incident organizational structure or activation level. The common operating picture also includes incident maps or operational areas, incident staffing and equipment, and top issues or areas of focus. The incident operational period is the incident schedule or battle rhythm. The incident commander will work with incident leaders to set designated times for staff information report submissions and the incident action planning meetings. Depending on the emergency, meetings may need to take place every 12 hours or once every 24 hours. As the emergency winds down, these can become less frequent, such as one time per week. Logistics includes coordinating and making arrangements for resources such as incident facilities, services, equipment, and materials, and coordinating staffing needed to facilitate logistics functions and movements. Administration and finance monitors costs related to the incident, provides accounting, procurement, time recording, and cost analysis. This function is responsible for tracking all incident financial considerations and any administrative duties not handled by other sections. After a quick review of the emergency operations plan, Adam knows emergency operations must take a whole community approach. This includes citizens and residents of all ages, access and functional needs such as language barriers, and yes, the family pets. Adam will also work closely with non-government essential service providers to ensure coordination and support is provided as appropriate. As the emergency begins its first operation cycle, Adam will work to ensure all internal departments and appropriate county, state, and local districts are included in coordination and planning as needed. Adam will work to ensure incident leadership utilize community lifelines to help prioritize limited resources due to the scope of the emergency. Community lifelines consist of 7 lifelines: safety and security, food, water, and shelter, health and medical, energy such as power, natural gas, and fuel, communications, including all communication forms used in the emergency, transportation, and hazardous materials such as those used in manufacturing. Adam will ensure community lifeline assessments take place and lifeline status is incorporated into the common operating picture. For fast identification, the following adopted color scale will be used. Gray, indicating lifeline disruptions and impacts are not known and assessment should be prioritized. Red indicates lifeline services are disrupted with no solution identified or in progress, indicating a need for prioritization. Yellow indicates lifeline disruptions with a solution in progress and an estimated time for stabilization. Green indicates a lifeline is stable and essential services are provided. Green includes temporary solutions. Adam reviewed the incident command functions before the meeting and has been able to determine quickly, due to the size of the emergency, all functions will need to be staffed and activated. Just before the meeting, Adam writes a quick note on a few critical areas from the emergency operations plan. Number 1, supervisor to worker ratio should ideally be no more than 1:5 to ensure daily accountability and safety of staff. Number 2, all incident staff will be briefed daily on the incident action plan, otherwise known as the operations briefing. Number 3, all incident staff will be briefed on their role and ownership over their personal safety and the safety of those around them. Number 4, open and clear communication from all levels of staff is required and encouraged to ensure proper response. Incidents in the past have been made worse due to staff failing to communicate. If you see something, say something. Examples of communication include verbal submission to a supervisor, calling the emergency agency responsible, reporting to the incident commander, or for non-emergency information, staff duty logs, shift debriefings, or sit-rep reports are effective forms to submit information. Remember, it is an emergency. We cannot operate normally. Thankfully, today was just an exercise in the National Incident Management System, or NIMS, and concepts of incident management. Not all of the terms mentioned fall under NIMS, but do prove helpful in being able to explain areas vital to emergency operations and response. The National Incident Management System is defined as using common terminology, management by objectives, incident action planning, a manageable span of control, supervisor to worker ratio, incident facilities such as an EOC, comprehensive resource management, integrated communications, unified command, and a chain of command, accountability, dispatch and deployment, and information management. The philosophy applied to the training is the same learning style applied in learning a new language. Immersion into the subjects and concepts of NIMS, which is a nationally accepted and recognized system of emergency response. This helps in understanding and being able to apply the concepts should you be called on as a city employee to be part of the emergency response.